What is going on, everybody? Everybody doing today? You know who it is. It's your boy Pico from 101 Talk, PTSD. I hope everybody out there enjoying this cold weather. I don't know if it's cold like it was yesterday, but yesterday was kind of cold. It was definitely cold out there. I was out there and I wasn't out there too long, but I'm like, man, I can't wait to get in the house because it's cold. But that's Chicago. That's the windy city for you. Nothing we can do about that. We should be used to this. People in Chicago, we should be used to this weather. But before I start my show, I want you guys to go to YouTube and hit that subscribe button so I can get these views up a little bit more. And I'll appreciate it if you do. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Bow. And thank you in advance. Thank you guys in advance if you do it. Even if you don't do it, thank you in advance. Even if you don't do it, thank you for listening to my podcast shows. If you subscribe or not, I appreciate it. I mean that. Um, I just appreciate all you guys. But today's topic will be about something I always was talking about years ago until this day, and it just so happened somebody asked me to talk about it because they say they heard some the Israelite guys on YouTube, and they was talking about why is that the reason why we went into slavery, and how did slavery become about, and who actually went into slavery. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's a pretty interesting topic. I could talk about that. I know a little bit about the situation, but I am not a guru in it. Put it that way. So, and if you go check on TikTok, there we go, TikTok, you see a whole bunch of people talking about slavery and what really happened. Now you see a lot of white people talking about it, and a lot of them are coming to the knowledge of what they know, and a lot of other people are coming to the knowledge of what they know. So we can't fight them on it because knowledge is key. For one, knowledge is definitely key, and hey, if it's out there, it's worth talking about. It's definitely worth talking about if it's out there. So, without any further ado, the questions or the topic and the question of the day is, um, I forget how I phrased it, but I don't know. The topic for the question is, who went into slavery? There we go. I'm trying to pull it up on my page. Just give me a second. Oh, um, oh yeah. Why did it happen? Okay, why did it happen? And who did it happen to? So that's two different questions. Why did slavery happen, and who did slavery happen to? Meaning, what people slavery happened to. Now, before I go into that, there's a lot of different aspects of slavery. People been slaves for years before the Holocaust, before the blacks went into slavery. People was always enslaved. There always been enslavement in this world. So it didn't just pop up on the map. It always been here. And but there's one particular nation that sticks out above the rest. Now I'm not saying that one field of slavery is that was weak compared to the other one. No, I'm not saying nothing like that. I will never say anything like that because slavery is wrong, but it all depends on who gives the okay for slavery. Okay, I put it that way. Um, we had the Holocaust. We had some Africans was enslaved. Uh, 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 White people enslaved their own people at one point in time, and it was brutal. Let's not forget about the medieval days. Those people were slaves. And they tortured their slaves, put them in torture devices, and did all kind of crazy stuff to them. But there's one that actually does stick out, and that's us, black people. Hold on a second, I gotta cut this heat off. Sorry about that. And why is the reason? Well, there's a couple of reasons, and we if you read your Bible, which a lot of people believe in the Bible, a lot of people believe in the Bible, a lot of people don't. A lot of people say the Bible's been written by white people. A lot of people say the Bible haven't written by white people, and I have to sneeze. Bless me. I know where that came from, but bless me. Um, so let's dig into a little bit. We're gonna dig into a little bit of who are these people that the Bible is talking about in Deuteronomy, and pretty much through the whole Bible. So now, before I get any deeper into that, I just want everybody to know that I'm in no way, shape, or form of fashion bashing any nation. I'm not doing this to get on people's nerve or to make people hate me. I'm just telling what I know and from what I've studied throughout the years. So you can't point the finger, even if we don't agree, or even if we don't agree or agree to disagree. There's no need for me to hate what you say. There's no need for you to hate what I say. It's just a topic. So let's not get overboard with this topic because it's just a topic. That's all it is. And so there was this nation of people. Well, I say was back then, but they're still here. There is this nation of people. Let's put it that way. That was pretty much well off. They were well off. They was doing what the Lord wanted them to do to a certain extent. Because if we look into the Bible, we know who those people are. These are the same people that Moses went and got out of the land of Egypt. And Egypt is where? Egypt is a part of Africa. Okay, Egypt, Africa, Kemet, all that stuff. That's a part of Africa. So when Moses, when the Lord helped Moses turn his life around, remember Moses was always a well in the Bible they call them Hebrews. He was always one, but for some reason Pharaoh spared Moses to take him in as one of his people. Okay, so we all know the story of Moses. We all know how that go. And Moses had a job to do. Moses' job was to deliver the children of Israel out of slavery. Now, mind you, slavery took place in Egypt. It took place in a lot of places, but Egypt was one of the main focuses. It took place in Egypt. Okay, so Moses had to go. God was leading Moses with the strength through God to Moses. He led Moses to go get the children of Israel out of Egypt. You know, we all seen the movie The Ten Commandments, but that's how it went. But that's not really how it went because I'll get into that later. So let my people go. Pharaoh didn't want to let the people go, so he ended up letting them go. Long story short, Moses pretty much freed through God. He freed the slaves from Egypt, and the slaves were Israelites. So to sum that down to a little perspective, that pretty much alone should tell you who were the people that went into slavery. So there you go. Israel is part of is Israelites. Israelites are God's Israel are God's chosen people. Simple as that. And that's why everybody's fighting for this title. You got the Jews are fighting for this title. You got everybody's fighting for this title, but there's only one real title to that belongs to, and that's black people. No, not African people, because we always get it mixed up. They always taught us that the boats came over to Africa, which they probably did, and put some Africans into slavery. But then again, as you study history, it tells you that Africans helped you get into slavery and was selling you to helping you get on the boats to get sold to the white man. So it can go any way, and we've never that I know of. I don't know if anybody else do, but as I know of, I've never really seen the scripture in the Bible that the Lord said, I'm the God of Africa." I've never really seen that. He always say, "Hear, O Israel, I'm the God of Israel." He always give that title out, no matter what he do or say when he starts speaking. I'm not saying he said it every time, but he always say, "Hear, O Israel, my people, O Israelites," and he always addressed his people. But he never said, "Hear, O Kemet," or "Hear, O Egypt." He never said that. So we can only go by what he said. Now, I know a lot of people out there might not agree with it, but guess what? I don't make the rules. I wasn't back there. I don't know what happened. I'm just telling you what we see, or what I see now, and what's been going on for thousands and thousands, hundreds and hundreds of years now. So, but there's a reason for everything. If you go to Deuteronomy 28th chapter in the 15th verse, I think it's all the way down to the 60, 68, I think, or something like that. Let me check for you guys. It's Deuteronomy. I know Deuteronomy 28, 15, and 68. Yeah, there you go. 15 and 68. All those scriptures pretty much defy what happened and why we went into slavery. So we can take it or we can leave it alone. It don't matter if you believe it or not, but it's good to know where you come from instead of know where you think you come from. Because all of us say, I'm African American. No, I'm not African American. I say this live and in front of everybody. I am not African American. I don't have a problem with an African American brother or sister. Some of them I think they're great people, and I only say some because I don't know them all. So I don't have any beef with African people at none whatsoever, unless they try to hurt me. Then no, that's what you call defending yourself. But we were taught that all of us come from Africa. No, we don't. We don't. We don't come from Africa at all. None of us do. Well, no Israelites don't come from Africa. Israelites come from the land of Israel. There you go. So we can't jump from scripture to scripture and say, oh well, you know what? We're Africans. No, we're not. God never gave the Bible to Africans or Europeans. No, he gave them to his people. And if you want to get mad at somebody, get mad at him. Pray before you go to bed. Pray tonight and ask him to give you answers on why he gave the Bible to just us. There's a reason for everything. Because if I make a group of people out of my heart, out of my own image, and I say, you know what, I'm gonna put my stamp on these cats. The the whirlwinds, those are my people. Those are my special people. I love these people, but I'll make everybody else. But the whirlwinds is gonna have everything they want, anything they want, if they do what I tell them to do. But if y'all don't do it, there's a consequence. You're going to go into slavery. You're going to go back to Egypt. And when if you look in the Bible, when he say, if you disobey my laws and my commandments, you're going to go back to Egypt. He wasn't talking about, all right, Moses, they ain't listening. Turn around, go back through the Red Sea, take them back to Egypt. Yeah, that sounds funny, but he wasn't talking like that. Now, when he was talking about Egypt, he was talking about when we go back to Egypt, we're going back into slavery. America is pretty much Egypt now because everything they was doing in Egypt, they do in America now. Now remind you, America was nowhere on the map. It was nowhere on the map in those days. And he just said and told, hey, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, if you break my commandments, I'm gonna put you back in slave. I'm gonna put you in slavery. Y'all gonna have yokes on your necks and chains on your feet. That's exactly what they did. Exactly what they did from a T. No one will help. This is the Lord speaking. When you go into slavery, no one will help you. So if God said, just like, let's go back to the people I made, the whirlwind people. If they make me mad enough to put them in chains and say, you know what, y'all got to learn a lesson. And when I do this, no matter what you do in this world, ain't nobody gonna help you. So if the Lord say nobody will help you, where on earth do we get the chance that we can make it in this world without the Lord if he said nobody will help you? So freedom fighters, all that people that stand up, Black Lives Matter, that's in his eyes, that stuff is useless. And I'm not trying to be a bitter person. I'm not trying to give you say there's no hope. But if he said if it if he say ain't nobody gonna help you, ain't nobody gonna help you because those hearts have already been hardened. So we can beg and plead all we want, but it's just not going to happen. We the only people that been in the rut for all these years and the rut hasn't got better yet. Yeah, sure, a few of us will make it through the slide. A few of us will make it through the hole, but you talking about a few people, and then you got people that rule the world. It's a hundreds, thousands of them, and it's probably just a handful of us. But when we get money, well, we say, "Oh, we made it." Well, you didn't make it, but look what you got to do to get the money. You got to sell out. You got to sell your soul. You got to get on 18. Perfect example. Look what they did, and I said this before on a podcast. Look what they did to Kyrie Irving. They slammed him for a movie he had nothing to do with. He didn't make the movie. He didn't produce the movie. It's a documentary. He ain't have no say in the movie. He just watched the movie and like, damn, this crazy. I'm gonna put it up on my page, and they ridiculed him. Thanks, Otho. They ridiculed the man. But the only thing I like what he did, but the only thing I don't like what he did is he apologized. And that's what I mean when I say if you're gonna be stand fast with God, you gotta be, because this stuff don't mean nothing to him. It don't mean nothing. You remember in the book of Job, I mean the Bible, when Job, Satan went to go holler at God and say, you know what? I bet I can get him to turn. And God was like, go ahead, try it. Go ahead. He took everything from Job. He took his money. His wife even turned around and told him, bro, you should curse God to get this off you. Job, and this wasn't no week. Job was sick for a long time. His kids ridiculed him. The devil was on his back, but Job never turned. And when the trial was over, what did the Lord do for Job? He blessed him with way more stuff than he had. Us today, we ain't got that kind of faith, man. And that's one of the reasons why we went into slavery, because he told us, hey, you don't have to follow the ways of the world. You're my chosen people. Things that people can do out in the world, we can't do it. We're not supposed to eat pork. We know we're not supposed to eat pork. That's why we get high blood pressure. And that's for all black people. All you got to do, read your Bible. He tell you what to eat. He tell you not to eat. You can't eat shellfish. You can't eat loud. Hey, I had to give it up. I had to. I know it sounds crazy, but man, it's just food. No, there's a reason why he don't want us to eat certain things. So back to what I was saying. Hey, guess what? If y'all do what I ask y'all to do, y'all be the head, not the tail. All right, all right, OT, I got you, man. I got you, bro. That do sound funny. I ain't said that in so long. But if y'all do what I ask y'all to do, y'all be the head, not the tail. You see all these positions these people got in these world, these white people, that's supposed to be us. Whether we like it or not, you can say, oh no, it don't. Yeah, that's supposed to be us. But through by disobedience, he told you, if you don't do what I do, keep these commandments, you gonna suffer. Your children's gonna suffer. That means the whole bloodline is cursed. That goes for me. That goes for y'all watching. That goes for the ones that think they made it. That goes for LeBron James. That goes for Michael Jordan. That goes for all of us. All of us. And if they would right here and sit down, I would tell them that in their face. I would, because the truth got to be told. But we got over here and we said to hell with God. I can do what I want to do. I can marry who I want to marry. No. See, in that race, there was no interracial relationships. There's a saying in the Bible, do not follow the ways of the heathen. Who do you think the heathens are? Come on now. Remember, he said he was going to send the people from the north. Who's from the north? We're not from the north. White people are from the north. And when he sent them here, he did a good job because they beat the crap out of us. And I'm not even talking about with chains and stuff. They beat the crap out of us mentally. So I'm not here to hurt nobody's feelings, but the truth got to be told. The truth has to be told. And when he sent them, yeah, they did a number on us. Look at us now. We killing people, just like Public Enemy said in his home. You can't trust it. The hate that taught hate. That's why we gang bang. They already taught. They already put it in our heads. We ain't got to put shackles on these guys no more. They gonna do it for us. And we follow the exact same trend. So that's why we went into slavery, because we were disobedient. The Lord got fed up, but he never lifted the name. He didn't say, you know what, y'all are my people no more. He never said that. what was the saying? I forgot the saying. The people that's called by my name shall honor themselves and pray. Then will I hear you. He never cut the umbilical cord from us. He still love us like that. He do. But the thing is, do we love him? And some pretty much all of I'm not gonna say all of us, pretty much a lot of us don't. Because somebody will see this podcast one day and be like, oh, you know what? You don't know what he's talking about. Oh, he's stupid, man. Here you go with that black stuff again. No. Those brothers out there in those corners that wear those purple shirts, those Israelites, whether we like it or not, those are your people. Those are your people. You don't have to agree with them, heck, but it's wise if you do listen to them because this is a hard world we live in. Ain't nobody finna play with us. Everybody is prospering from this world except us. That goes back to what I just said. Nobody will help you, and nobody's helping us. We're the only nation that really can't get it right. Have anybody ever sat down and said, "Well, you know what? Everybody else and everybody in their nation and their children are pretty much prospering. Why we can't do that? Why? We get killed by the cops. We get called the N word. It's not fairness at the workplace, but it's fairness at the workplace for every other race. But it's just this color right here. They don't like, and they will never like this color. Sure, there's a few that'll stick up for you. There's always a few, but out of a whole percentage, that few is useless compared to the big number. So slavery in a nutshell, we cause it on ourselves. We cause it on ourselves because we were disobedient to the Most High. And when He said, you know what, and I'm quite sure He gave us chance, like, hey, come on, man, y'all need to wake up. Y'all can't do this. Y'all can't do this. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't have babies by these other races. You can't do this. You can't forget about me. We forgot about him. So He said, you know what? I tried. I tried. My people ain't gonna listen. So what I told y'all what I was gonna do, I finna do it to you. And here they come. Here come them folks off them boats, and they was ripping it up. I ain't gonna even lie. They was ripping it up. So the reason why the world is not the world. The reason why we're in this predicament now, it ain't the white man's fault. It's our fault. Just like people say, well, you know what? Got to put the devil to shame. Yeah, you probably can put the devil to shame, but you can't get mad at Satan for doing his job. You can't get mad at Satan if you're trying to tempt you to go kill somebody or anything, rob somebody. You can't. That's what Satan do. Satan ain't gonna come and say, "Well, you know what? I had a change of heart." Don't do that. Listen to the Creator. Don't. No, that's not his job. Just like it's not the job for Caucasian people to love us, but we want to blend in with them so good. These people were never look. Long story short, and I'm not preaching hate. White people were never built to love you. I don't care how you feel about the situation. Now, I'm not saying all of them, but like I said earlier, there's a bigger percentage that don't like you. There's a smaller percentage that'll get along with you. They weren't put. When he said he was going to bring a nation from the north, he didn't say, I'm going to bring a nation from the north. They're going to put y'all in slavery, but they're going to be cool as heck with y'all. No. They don't even like some white people don't even like their own self. What makes you think they're going to like you? That's why they can call you nigger and get away with it. Look what they did in slavery. Come on, perfect example. The young brother they killed, Emmett Till, all because of an assumption. And the truth came out. He didn't even do that. They just seen a black guy. Hey, guess what? You know what? We feel like killing somebody. They didn't go to jail for that. Hanging all your people in trees. What? Where the police at that should have surrounded the area and said, you know what? All y'all got to go to jail. No, because the police don't care about you neither, and we see that every day. Until we get it right with the Creator, we gonna forever be in hell, whether we like it or not. Because we don't have the power. I'm gonna say that again. We don't have the power to change our own destiny. We don't. We are strangers in a strange land. And He also said, goes to show you how amazing the Lord is. When y'all get over there, still Don't follow these ways. When we got over here, we was worse than our ancestors were. Interracial babies all over the place. Brothers marrying other races all over the place. But we were taught to say, what? Oh, that's okay. Love is love. No, see, we don't we don't have the capacity to love somebody if the Lord don't put it in you. So no, love isn't love. They were wrong about that too. If he say don't do it, then guess what? You can't do it. We can't be saying, oh God, well, she ain't did nothing because he don't look at today. He look at the bigger picture. That's why when he went down and he sent the angels to go destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, he killed everybody. Why? Oh, why would he do that? Because if he let somebody live, that evil seed will take root somewhere else and it'll be the same thing. That's why. And we all know what's going on in Sodom and Gomorrah, but this is the stuff people don't want to talk about. We don't know. We can't say that. Oh, that was the days of old. History repeats itself, people. It always has and it always will. We know as a black people, we know what's right and we know what's wrong. I mean, what's right and wrong about situations. We know, but we just like to sugarcoat stuff. Oh no, well, he don't mean no harm in what he chose to be. No, 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 no. It ain't what we say, man. It's what the Lord say. If the Lord say don't do it, we can't do it. That's like your parents telling you, hey, you still out there, stole? You might get away once or twice, maybe 3 or 4 times, but one day they're gonna catch you. You know, mom don't know what she's talking about. They don't know what he's talking about, and you go still. I got away with it. I got away with it. And you take a candy bar, and you reach for the door, and a security guy grab your hand. The only thing you can think about is, you know what my mama told me, my daddy told me. Now I gotta go to jail, or you grow up to rob a bank, you go to jail for a longer period of time. So it's not like he didn't tell us, because we know we just don't. We just can care less about what he say now. We don't care because the trick was always one, to get God out the picture. What I always said, I always say that. And two, bring evil into the picture. That's why everything evil is praised now and everything good isn't. That's why. So we all got to pay for our sins. I don't have to sit here and judge you. I'm just telling you what the judge is going to say. That's all I'm doing. I'm not judging anybody. That goes for me too. If I don't get my life together, guess what? I know that phrase. I see you in hell. I'll see you in hell. That goes for any one of us. And he all give us time to do what we have to do. Get it together, man, because you don't want to die in your sins. There's a scripture in the Bible. I can't remember the scripture, but he tells you, hey, guess what? I'm gonna let y'all in a little secret. Don't die in your sins, because when you die in your sins, you can't be forgiven. So all those people that say, I was dying on my deathbed and I prayed to God. No, it don't work like that, because you were sinning for 50 years and you die at 51 on a deathbed, and they say, hey, we ain't got no choice but to pull a plug, and you looking up and you say, God, forgive me. Okay, my son. No, it don't work like that. No. Faith without works is dead, people. You gotta have credentials, man. That's cool. That's in the real world. You can't pass to first grade. You can't pass first grade to go to second grade without showing the credentials of a good report card. If you keep failing, they're going to keep you back. Simple. But it's only when it comes to him, because we were always taught, well, God understands. Yeah, he understands, but he's not a fool. He's not a fool. He's not going to keep forgiving us for the same thing. That's like me being a preacher. No, I'm saying I'm not a preacher. I'm just using it as an example. Being a preacher, get up there and teach the word of God, and Monday through Saturday, I'm sleeping with 4, 5 women. I'm out smoking and drinking weed, beating up women. But when it's time to go to church, I put the robe back on and go preach. No, it don't work like that, man. It don't work like that. So now we know the chosen people were, yes, they were the Israelite people. That's me. That's my brothers, my sisters, my bloodline, your bloodline. Your kids. We're all under that same box. And when he cursed our people, he cursed us all. That's why we're still cursed. And you got some people, oh, I ain't cursed. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, yes, you are. You go to work every day. You come home with back pains every day. They can fire you when they want to every day without even telling you. That's a curse, man. We're never happy. All of us is living one paycheck short of the freaking, what's the name of those places? The homeless shelters. If they got on TV right now, the president, he was like, well, I got an announcement to make. All black people, y'all got to work for free now. There's nothing we can do about it. We can go picket. We can go get freaking Wilson picket to picket. We can go march up and down City Hall. We can go march in front of Washington. It's done because we're strangers in a strange land. They have the power. We don't. We never had the power. What I'm talking about now. That once would remember, your nation, Israelites, were supposed to be a light to the world. Everybody was supposed to learn from us. It's not the other way around. It's not the other way around, people. So when we disobeyed, he kicked our butts. And he sent somebody, he sent the perfect storm to do it. White people. Whether we like it or not, you can get mad at me. All I can do is just say, hey, you know what? All you gotta do is listen to what I'm saying. You can get mad, you can cuss me out, y'all can make a podcast about how stupid this sounds. But guess what? One day you're gonna wish you listened. You're gonna wish you listened. So those brothers out there with those purple and gold shirts, the purple and gold shirts, bleh, them Israelites brothers, them your people. Whether we like it or not, those are your people. And one day we're gonna wish we heard somebody like them because it's going to get better than this. Is nothing. This ain't even the tip of the iceberg. Oh, it's gonna get so bad for us. It's already bad for us. I mean, these people sit down every year. Some of us know this, some of us don't. They sit down every year and try and figure out what we're gonna do with the black people this year. Nobody else does that, but they do it for us. Because once again, they would never hear to love us. No. So, hey, I'm not saying don't have white friends. I would never say that. You got some white people that's cool. You got some black people that's cool, but hey, you got to keep an eye on both of them. The way this world is, keep an eye on the black ones and the white ones, cause your brothers will set you up too. The sisters will set you up just like they will. So we are the chosen people. It wasn't Africans. It wasn't Russians. It wasn't Polish people. It wasn't Arabics. It wasn't the Jewish people. The ones they got. The ones that wear the black with the. No, it's not them. The ones that Kanye be talking about and Kyrie Irving. No, it wasn't them. It wasn't them. It's us. They know your truth better than you do. But yet we want to run around and call ourselves other races. For what? Yeah, true. Africa is one of the richest continents. But guess what? They don't even really own their stuff. You got white people over there running their stuff. So that's how bad these cats are. Oh no, we do our own. No, 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 no. Go cut on the TV now with an African station. What you see the UN, that mean United Nations. Those are white people that's over there defending their stuff for them. These people are bad, man. And I ain't talking about bad and like, oh my God, no. They're bad as in you mess with me, there's a consequence. They're tough. Put it that way, they're tough. They got their hands in everything. But we don't. Everybody can go home when they have those meetings in New York, the United Nations building. You see all them flags out there. All them people can say, you know what? We ain't want nothing to do with this. We finna go home. African can go back to Africa. Germans can go back to German. Germany can go back to German. Russia can go back to Russia. Everybody can go back home except us. Have anybody ever stopped to think about that? Where are we gonna go? If everybody just bam, you know what? Hop ship, everybody go home. We all gonna be sitting in the middle of the freaking desert looking crazy like we can't go home because they took your home. The Lord said that they're going to take your land, bruh. We have nothing over here. Nothing. All we have is hope and a prayer. And the only reason why crap ain't got too bad because the Lord still got his hand on some of us, whether we believe it or not. What's bad for us isn't bad for him. We don't know the inside of each other's hearts. We don't. I could be a stone cold gang banging a drug lord, but if the Lord see fit for me to be something else in the years to come, I'm going to be that. You're going to be that. Because we can't read each other's minds. We can't look at each other's heart. Remember, the Lord knows the intents of your heart. He knows what you're going to do before you do it. But he just give you enough rope to hang yourself. You know what? Go ahead and do it. That's where free will comes from. He give us free will. He already know we gonna screw up. But we got to prove it to ourselves that, you know what? I know he gonna do it, but let him see for himself. That's why the Lord is so beautiful in everything he do. And the more I talk about it, that's why they trying to get rid of him, because nobody wants to take responsibility into their own hand and say, you know what, God is the ultimate power. No, God is the ultimate power. There's nothing strong in him. Remember, people serve Satan, but Satan gotta go talk to God to see what he can do about you. Now that's power. That's absolute power. Yeah, Satan go holler at God. Yeah, he do. But this is stuff most preachers won't tell you because people fail to read. And some of us just go by what we hear. Well, the preacher said this, and the preacher said that. Preachers are wrong too, because very few, and I can actually say very few, a handful of churches will preach the truth. Out of all these churches in the world, I'm talking about black churches, you got probably 0.1% that will teach the truth. So why is that? Why? We was taught that Jesus was white, Santa Claus is white, God is white, angels are white, and there isn't a such thing as Santa Claus, but they still made him white. It wasn't not so long ago when we started seeing black Santa Claus in people's lawns, or black baby Jesus in people's lawns. Remember, all that stuff was white. Angel food cake is white, devil food cake is brown or black. Come on, man. These are the people that shape the world to make it go around. So how you gonna fight something like that? That's like going up. That's like going up against the army with a handgun. We can't do it. We'll never be able to do it. So mm, OT, no problem, bro. No problem, man. Thanks for listening. Uh, so now we know what we are. Now you know what I am. Now you know what you are. God's chosen people, and that should be one of the biggest honors in the world. You don't get no higher than that. But you got people that fight you. Oh, I ain't no Israelite, man. I ain't none of them. I was talking to one guy. This was years ago on Facebook, and he was like, "Oh man, yeah, when I was an Israelite." You can't change what you is, bro. That's what you is to the day you die. That's what you is to the day you die. So that's why we went into slavery, and we are God's chosen people. We went into slavery because we were disobedient to the Lord. Hands down, cut and dry, nail it to the wall. There you go. Like I said earlier, Deuteronomy 15 chapter, 28 verse, all the way down to 68. He breaks it down to you right there. But some of us will look at that and be like, oh, he wasn't talking to us. No, homeboy, homegirl, he was talking to us. There are certain things we can't do. There are certain things we can do. Sons of God marry the daughters of man. All that stuff is already preordained, man. It's certain things we just couldn't do. His people, no, he kept it away from us because he knew that if we would fall into that, we'll turn against him. And that's exactly what we did. We turned against him. So there you go. How you gonna follow some people that never had a law? But the ones that got law, we don't want the law no more. So we gonna jump over there and say, hey, they ain't got to follow the law. We gonna do what they do. No, we can't, because we gonna get judged twice as bad. We gonna get judged twice as bad. So we can't fight what we are, and please stop fighting what you are. Be proud of what you are. Be proud you from that bloodline. Be proud you from that 12 tribes. Moses was a Levite. Samson was a Levite. Those are other that's part of that tribe. Jesus came as a Jew. Jewish, that's part of the tribe. Come on, man. Come on, talk to me, somebody. He didn't say Jesus was Arabic. No, he didn't. And that's the biggest fight we have today, because you see all these pictures just coming out now. They've been on like the little streaming devices. Jesus look like he Pakistani now. Where the heck that come from? This is what happened when they can take your God and give you what they want. Remember, they took our Jesus and gave us their Jesus. You know, the one that sits like this in church with the long hair and he got the little heart and the halo over his head sometime with the long hair and the blue eyes. That's not your God. I mean, that's not Jesus. It shows you clearly in the Bible how Jesus looked. He had nappy hair and he was rusty. He was dark skinned. Yeah, polished brass. That's a black man. Hair look like wool. That's a black man. Yeah. So if he's black, just hear me out. If he's black and God made a chosen people that's black, what color you think God is? Just hear me out for a second. So God's a white man. He said, you know what? I'm gonna make these people black. They're my favorite people, but my people savages as heck. I'm gonna lead them over there, and I'm gonna make my son black. But God's white, or they say God's a rainbow. No, God's not a rainbow. God's not even human. He's a spirit. He's a spirit. But he also did he not say he make man in his own image? And say a lot of people take that and run with it because he wasn't talking about everybody. He wasn't. There was already people on this earth. Remember that. There was already Adam and Eve wasn't the first people on this earth. He made Adam and Eve out of his image. Now think about it. That's like me making a world, putting people in it, and I stopped some years later and like, I'm gonna make some people out of my image. That don't mean out of we got two arms. No, because all of us got two arms and eyes. He made us out of his image. That means he made us out of his likeness. That's all that means. Remember, we were the light of the world until Adam and Eve screwed up. So that's just one part. They had to pay for their sins too. Remember, they had brothers. They had sons. Cain killed Abel. Remember, Jacob I love, Esau I hate. Who you think Esau is? So there's no escaping who we are. Everybody, pretty much everybody in this world, love their nation except us. We do not love our nation because we try too much to be things we're not. Even the brothers and sisters that's mixed, what's the first thing they say? Well, I'm mixed with, but no, bro, you mixed with black too. Try saying black first. Oh no, I ain't black, and I want my baby to come out with long hair. No, everybody's not gonna get that. Everybody's not gonna have that. Be happy with what you got, because they taught us to hate our race so bad, and you see it spill over in the next generation, in the next generation, in the next generation. That's why brothers can run out there and kill each other because they don't know no better. We're all part of the curse. Women can dance half naked and they don't care. It's all part of the curse. We fell for the hype. Remember, when y'all get over here, don't do what they do. But we did exactly what they did. And if not, there's a good chance we did it better than they did. So you can't get mad at the white man. You can't say, oh, the white man holding us down. Yeah, he's here to hold you down, home girl, home boy. He's doing his job. Satan, he's doing his job. So we get mad at the wrong people. Get mad at yourself for not doing what he asked you to do. How about that? How about we stop pointing the finger at each other? Well, you ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. It don't work like that. It pretty much never worked like that. Because as my dad used to say, hey, guess what? I can't get you in heaven. Your mama can get you in heaven. No, you got to live this thing on your own. If it worked like that, I have a free ticket. A lot of us have a free ticket in. Oh, my mama did it, my father did it, my grandmother did it. I'm good. No, you have to do this on your own. You have to do this on your own. He know you're gonna fall, but we can't keep falling and making the same mistakes. Just like I said earlier, if I was a preacher, I would sing with everybody on Sunday. I put the church robe on and start preaching about God and the beauty and about the commandments and law. No, it don't work like that. I'm a sinner. That's how he look at it. And that's why he said when he come back, the first place he's going to visit is the church. Now, let's break that down just a little bit. Now, none of us was here when he said that. All the people that was when he said that, they're dead and gone. They ain't even no bones no more. Why would he say something like that that haven't even came to pass? The first when I come back, the first place I'm gonna visit the church. You know why he said that? Because the church is full of crap. The churches are full of crap. That's why. Look at all the stuff going on in church. You got homosexuality in church. You got gay preachers in church. You got lesbian women that say they they work for God. No, dude, when he gets fed up, he gets fed up. And there's also a saying: it's bad to fall in the hands of an angry God. He's sitting up here giving us the blueprint of our lives. But it ain't gonna happen to us. We're over here. We free. We can do what we want to do. If you're gonna be gay, be gay. If you're gonna be a lesbian, be a lesbian. If you're gonna be a murderer, be a murderer. If you're gonna do all sinful things, do that. But don't put God name. Don't put the stamp of the Lord on what you do, because that's bad. Because now in this day and age, people minds are so easily persuaded. Well, you know what? My pastor says okay. I can have a boyfriend, and I'm a guy. Well, he said it's okay because the pastor's doing it. Quick flashback: Sodom and Gomorrah. The same. They was thinking the same thing, and it was nothing but homosexuality in Sodom and Gomorrah. Nothing but that. Remember when the guys knocked on what's your name, the guy's door, and he was like, no, 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 take my wife, I mean, take my daughter. They're like, no, bro, we don't want your daughter. We want the dudes. We like the guys. But this is stuff nobody wants to talk about. So Lot, he told Lot, hey, guess what? I'm finna turn this mother out. Get your family and go. And as they was walking, they said fire in the Bible, fireballs was coming from heaven and burnt it all up. And there's a documentary you probably can find, you probably can't. I think it's a couple of years old now. Some people went over there, and it was like whatever burnt this sand was hot. And if you notice, in this day and age, fire don't burn sand. It burnt the sand. There's stuff still up there when that fire was raining down from heaven. They was like, we don't know what happened. But yeah, there's scorches in the sand to this day. This is 2023, and that happened so long ago. So I'm not saying don't be what you want to be. Be what you want to be by all means. That's your life you have to live. Just don't put God in your foolishness. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And that goes for anybody. I don't care who's watching. That goes for anybody. Gay, straight, up, down, left, right, anybody. Do not portray to work for the Lord if you're full of sin and you're doing sinful things. You're not trying to change your life. I never, out of all my podcasts, I've never said, "Well, you know what? I work for the Lord," or "God gave me this message." No, I'm a sinner, but I got